You're still watching New Vision TV News with me, Ruth, in a scheduled broadcast from the New Vision newsroom. We now take a look at the news in business.
In business today, the amount of taxes to be paid by oil companies and the amount of recoverable costs to be claimed by oil and gas investors are some of the issues holding back the final investment decision for Uganda. We speak to Paul Busharizi on what these taxes are and why they are delaying the final investment decision, as he also highlights what's happening in business.
Well, the big news is that Uganda Airlines, the new Uganda Airlines has made its maiden flight with all officials and what, and then shall soon be followed by their inaugural flight where they shall take passengers to Nairobi. So
recently we discussed the final investment decision and how it operates and what it means. Now they're saying the tax debate is delaying it. What are these taxes, Paul?
I think there are quite a few issues around tax, but the main issue, as far as I know, is that there's what they call a capital gains tax. A capital gains tax is that, just layman's language, you bought it at this price, you're selling it at this price, we want to tax the difference. That's a capital gains of the asset. So Talo wants to offload some of its interest in the industry, and there's just how much is this going to be, how much tax is this going to be, and this has a huge effect on what they call recoverable costs for the other players in the industry. Every day that goes by that we are not pumping that oil out of the water is a cost, is an added cost.
That's true.
The danger might be that by the time we pump out the oil, our share of the price will have reduced considerably for our own issues of delays.
So, what can be done? What should they do? Should they look past these delays?
Look, I mean, it's easy for people to say, just let it go. But I think the government, give it its due, the government has tried very hard to ensure that they create a good framework from which the industry will operate. You know, the laws, we have 3 laws for upstream, midstream and downstream. These things, they took a long time to negotiate and debate in Parliament. There's the negotiations with the oil companies, there's negotiations with Tanzania, there's negotiations with refinery company people, pipeline. It's actually doing very many things at the same time as a key player. So you can imagine, these things are all moving parts. I would like to trust that the government is doing this in the best interest of everyone, and it's just a matter of time. I don't think by this time next year. I like to think that by this time next year, the final investment decision will have been signed off.
Well, we look forward, because you're saying a lot of things that are confusing me. The oil and gas industry has a lot of things going on.
A lot of moving parts.
Yes, but we look forward to that time. I hope they can, rectify and deal with these tax issues, and, for the interest of the people and the country. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lynn. We now take a look at our Daily Pearl of Africa series. Today it is Lake Nabugabo. This is a small freshwater lake in Uganda located in Masaka district. Nabugabo was formed as a result of sand dunes resulting from strong winds that pushed the water further on land. However, the water was unable to return to Lake Victoria due to the sand dunes, hence forming Lake Nabugabo. Let's take a look. Lake Nabugabo is a small freshwater lake in Uganda located in Masaka district. It was separated from Lake Victoria about 5,000 years ago, and now a sandbar separates the two. Nabugabo has beautiful sand beaches which enable various activities. These include swimming, which is also favored by the natural clean water. Sunbathing as you watch the horses in the park make memorable moments. The horses feed on the grass and also carry excited visitors around the lake. More exciting activities you cannot miss on are games in the sun, bird watching, and more of Uganda's gifted nature. Birds of different species harbor at this lake. Some prefer resting in the trees, others in the beautiful compound, as the rest, floating on the heathen, is where they enjoy the cool breeze from. Not different from the birds are the visitors who rest in the boats on the lake to also grab the fresh air. But some prefer to enjoy the ride in the boats to get a glance of the entire lake. The view at the lake changes at different time intervals. In the evening, the sky is beautifully reflected in the water. Lake Nabugabo is also a rich source of fish, making the locals some of the prominent fishmongers in Masaka. As you can see, some drawing their nets, getting ready for the next catch. Just like any must-visit tourism place in Uganda, beautiful cottages are a must, and Lake Nabugabo has got them. The journey to Lake Nabugabo from Kampala is about 2.5 hours. It takes you through Mpigi, Buama, and Lukaya, giving you a spectacular view of the plains and the flatlands. As interesting as exploring Lake Nabugabo has been, I guarantee you our next exploration will be better. Just keep following the New Vision TV's Pearl of Africa Diaries with me, Ruth Naseje. For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website, which is newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa. A newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories. We cross over to our special report today. Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II wedded Lady Sylvia Najida in what was built Uganda's wedding of the millennium. The couple exchanged their wedding vows at Namirembe Cathedral in a grand ceremony presided over by then Archbishop Mpala Nyinkoyo on August 27th, 1999. New Vision TV takes you down memory lane.
Late August 1999, Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi took Lady Sylvia Najida as his bride to Namirembe Cathedral at a wedding attended by the who and who of Uganda, including the president.
Omusajja bwe yasiima mbeere mukyala we newankubadde namanya nti ngenda kufumbirwa kabaka nakkiriza kubanga namwagala ye ng'omuntu.
There was no best man, a position that many people had been jostling for. The Kabaka married at a relatively advanced age of 44 because of the turmoil and uncertainty of his life, having been raised in exile after the abolition of his father's kingdom in 1966.
Okuba bazee wange kwenfumbiddwa okubeera naawe okusooka leero mu bubi ne mu bulungi mu bugagga ne mu bwavu mu bulwadde ne mu bulamu. Sylvia nja kukwagalanga.
A year or so before the wedding, the Kabaka had shown no sign of getting engaged. Bouquet de newspapers started running series of the Kabaka's women. There was, of course, Venetia Sebudandi, a high-ranking official in the Republic of Rwanda government, who is mother of his firstborn child, Prince Junju. Bouquet also ran profiles of other ladies the Kabaka had had affairs with. When Bouquet started running the series, there was some vocal condemnations of the paper by Baganda royalists who said it was intrusion into the king's private life. But the series were extremely popular and the newspaper was selling out. Finally, when the engagement to Sylvia, who was living in the US as a journalist, was announced, Bukede stopped inquiring into the Kabaka's love affairs. The people started lining up to take their contribution for the royal wedding, a process that lasted weeks.
People who have come to support the wedding have been from America, from India, from Europe, from Nigeria, from Somali, and all the tribes of Uganda, which shows that the king, our Kabaka, is a Kabaka for all.
One day, Bukede editors and staff also took their contribution to Mengo. The Katikiro, Joseph Murwanyamuli Semugerere, specifically thanked Bukede for provoking the Kabaka into taking the decision. The issue of Bukede having intruded onto the Kabaka's life was settled and closed. The Nabagereka, Lady Sylvia, eventually gave birth to Princess Sangaliambogo. However, unlike other monarchies, there is provision for a female Kabaka in Buganda. And firstborn Junju could not easily become Kabaka because, as firstborn, whose title is Chiwewa, is expected to succeed his father as head of family, which is different from kings. No wonder Prince Junju is already his father's investment partner. Additionally, Junju's mother, not being a Muganda, he cannot customarily become Kabaka because the Kabaka takes his mother's clan. This is a rotational guarantee that no clan can monopolize the Kabakaship. Every clan can produce a king of Buganda.
To know the Baganda well, you must know their culture, to win their hearts easily, show them that you appreciate it.
One day in January 2012, Katikiro J.B. Walusimbi announced that the Kabaka had had a son, Prince Richard Semakokiro. Photos of a happy Kabaka carrying the baby, who was about 6 months, fronted newspaper pages. The Katikiro announced, very importantly, that Semakokilo's mother was one of the Nsenene clan. To the Baganda, that was enough indication the heir to the crown had been named. The name of the mother was not given because the Kabaka was married in a Christian church to Queen Sylvia. The Baganda were ecstatic, and prominent bishops of different Christian denominations congratulated the Kabaka for fathering a child out of the so-called wedlock because he was fulfilling his royal obligation. Kabaka Mutebi himself was a love child whose father, King Edward Frederick Mutesa, had with his mother Sarah, who happened to be a sister of the official wife, Damali. In his biographical memoirs, Mutesa explained that he had had an affair with Sarah before, but had instead married her sister after they had had a quarrel, what he called a lover's tiff. Prince Mutebi was actually due to be born when the Kabaka was in his first exile. He had to send his lover Sarah back to Buganda to ensure that Mutebi was born in his land as future king. Although it is clear that Prince Richard Semakokiro is the next king of Buganda, he will have to wait for a long while as he grows up because Kabaka Mutebi is relatively young, enjoys good health, and at 64 is already the longest living Buganda Kabaka ever.
That is it we had for you today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website, which is newvision.co.ug/video. You can also follow us on social media. Facebook is the New Vision, Twitter is @NewVisionWire, Instagram is @NewVisionWire, and our YouTube channel is New Vision TV. Catch up with me on my Twitter handle. I am Roth, the Voice. Thank you for watching. We end with a fact file.